All right, welcome to the garage once again. Probably has changed just a slight bit since you guys have last seen. Slowly getting more organized in here. Slowly getting more and more projects. Speaking of project bikes, what do we got over here?
One part of many of a 2004 or 3 YZ250-F. It might be a 2001. I don't remember. It's got some I don't know if you can hear that. Some issues. It ran.
It was actually terrible.
So I got a crank, all the bearings, all the seals, kind of put a top end on it and shred it.
Anyways, new project bike is now the 125, which is, there's part of it there. Finally got the YZ250 apart and sent the frames off to powder coat finally. In past videos, we told you guys that we would update you on a giveaway bike. That is slowly in the works now. We were trying to kind of plan that to where it was going to be a winter project, so that way we could keep kind of pumping out some content for you guys when it gets just a tad too nippy to ride.
One more race that matters for points, one race for charity, and one race. There's going to be a surprise in that video. You have to watch it.
Our next race here that we're actually getting ready for is going to be another first for us. It's an enduro. How long did you say the course was?
I think, don't quote me on this, I'm pretty sure C-Class rides a total of 48 miles. A and AA, they're going to go even further and then turn around and come back. And then we're going to ride it all backwards.
That'll be interesting for sure. That'll be our next video up here, like I said. But anyway, doing a little bit of bike prep here, as per usual, before a race. I, for the second time, have ka-chowed a front sprocket.
We've been using used sprockets. It's been bound to happen for many weeks.
Second used sprocket that's done.
So we spent a whopping $12, 12 whole dollars on a brand new JT Power Sports sprocket. Killed the bank, you know?
Yeah, but anyways, just got that put on. Doing a little once over here. Me and Logan are both due for oil, so that's what we are about to get into here. We also got to do air filters.
Check over the chains, tires, suspension. Make sure all the things on the handlebars are tight. Been there, done that. When stuff just falls off at the line. Yeah, stuff just needs to be tight when you're racing.
I also have lost a front brake lever at the very start of a track race before, which was...
Oh, we didn't have a camera rolling.
No.
Hit the whole shot and came up on a wheelie. He went for the corner. And then there was no brake. It fell off.
Made the rest of the race a little complicated, I will say.
You don't need brakes. Max said brakes only slow you down.
Brakes only slow you down, brother.
I don't need a front brake, because brakes only slow you down. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You know, I think another thing I might do is, see how my bars are just a little ways back? I'm thinking
put them a little forward more.
I might put them all the way backwards. Because as Ronnie Mac says, when you got to stay low when you're tucking the wind, you know.
Once you get your bars down, it also gives you a good grip on the handlebars. Nice and low. Keeps your body low. That way you're ducking air.
Oh, but anyways, I guess we'll set you guys up, and I'll go through an oil change on this thing. I've already got my skid plate off.
Some bikes don't have skid plates.
Yes.
Freaking Woods racers.
Mine were all 4 millimeter Allen heads. There's just 3 of them. A little bracket comes off real easy. All right, we're all cammed up here, guys. I'm gonna go. What the oil doing? Go ahead and change the oil here on this lovely steed. You're gonna need you a 12 millimeter. Don't mind
all over your.
Don't mind the already oil here because I already cracked it loose. What are we doing here? You're just gonna want to take a Dwayne plug out. Try to not make a mess all over the floor or all over yourself for that matter.
I dare you to drop it.
Oh yeah.
He's Lightning McQueen, folks.
Ka-chow! Okay. Once you get your old dusty ass off the floor.
Oh hey, come pull your screen.
Oh yeah. fine. What are you doing, step bag? Oh, the tin's right here. See my old trusty Alan here. He knows it's cold out. He knows. Anyways, back to our scheduled program here. Now down under yonder here, you got your little oil screen. So this guy right here, you need a 10mm or a Phillips screwdriver to take this out. Ow. Once you successfully gouge your knuckles open, you should just be able to thread this guy out. Make sure you don't drop it in the oil either. Sometimes you can get lucky and get them without pliers. Most times not. I'm not lucky enough. So my lovely apprentice assistant here has gone and got me one.
Alright, so what you want to do now is get the best in the business. You see where it says extremely flammable and vapor harmful? Drink it. What you want to do is you got to make sure you have some, right? Good.
Get your assistant here. And make sure it goes all over the floor. That is key.
Dude, that smells so good. To help retard the resistance of something dust and other particular matters, hold can 18 to 24 inches from surface to be cleaned. Wet surfaces using short bursts. Did we do that?
Yeah. I think so. Anywho, sometimes it helps to set your bike more upright so you get just a wee bit more oil out.
Forget to put your drain plug in. Don't pour oil in it. Start it up and let the bike warm up.
Yeah, do that. Go to the right side of the bike. You'll need an 8mm. This is where your oil filter will be. Crack those guys loose.
So, also, oil filter. It doesn't matter, folks. If y'all are bougie, you can get the expensive ones. It's red. Do you know what else is red? Honda. Honda lasts forever. You gotta make sure you know where the hole is and where the hole isn't.
And just kind of pop her loose. You take out your old crusty filter. That's
not even that crap. What? Not even that crap. Whoa.
What is that?
Whoa!
What is that?
RSV. That is not RSV.
I don't know what that is. Is that like old clutch material?
Okay, I don't advise this, folks. We had a race. It has a dent, but that's okay. So we used it.
Once you get it out, you kind of just want to look over it, make sure you don't see any abnormal pieces of metal in there. Like this little bit, I don't know if you can see it. There's just a little bit of metal in there. That is okay, just as long as there's not an absurd amount of oil in there.
What did you just say?
You'll be all right. Absurd?
Before that.
I mean,
roll the clip.
An absurd amount of oil in there. As long as you don't have an absurd amount of metal in there. I don't know if I said that or not, but yeah, make sure you have oil in there. Hole is there. Hole, go to motor for flow, dog. Then, just put your two 8mm bolts back in here. Real nice and good like.
Do not use an impact.
Do not.
You will be grounded.
Do be a big no-no. 90% of the time, when you're working with any bolts that go into the case, no impact though.
I will condone any viewer to take bolts out. As long as they know they're in out mode, they can take bolts out with an impact. But you do not put bolts in.
You just kind of want to snug these guys up to a decent amount. I don't know the torque specs on them because I don't really care. If it's on there, then it's on there. If it's on there, then it's on there. But, you know, you just kind of get a good feel for it. Don't snap it off in the case. That's all I got to say. Nope. You'll come over to back over to the left side of the bike. There's your fill hole. Got a sight glass down here. Some bikes have them. Some bikes don't. But but that's okay. That's okay. Before you continue to refill, you want to put your screen back in here. Make sure your little tab is upright. It'll snap in there. You want to make sure that tab's upright because this washer is what holds that guy in there. Make sure you guys also have a handful of rags handy, because can tend to get Dude, you got the rag on the clean floor.
So is the floor dirty?
Yeah. See?
So now the rag's dirty and the floor's clean. Oil. It's not cheap, it's not expensive, but it's good. You need to get a new hat.
Losing my mind. What?
Alright, important message that neither I nor Tegan know about. That is unacceptable. So on the website, plugging it right now.
Right meow.
We're going to have shirts, sweatshirts, and hats.
And hats.
Because that is unacceptable, brother.
This is no good. No.
Are you going to get that back? You don't want it back, do you? The website, brother. Plugging it.
Oh, we're big brain in here now.
Okay.
Link in bio. Link in bio.
Good God. We've never done that before.
First time for everything, brother. First time for everything.
Never had it before.
Son of a...
This is non-chlorinated. You know what that means?
Drink it.
He doesn't like this one. He likes the one with the sweet tea with no sugar.
Wrong. Happened one time and I was pissed about it. PISD.
Are you gonna put your drain plug back in?
I thought you did that.
I just made a joke about that.
I thought you did that, assistant. Yep, put your drain plug back in, folks.
I
managed that race. I just wanted to race that race so I could at least get the points for being there. So I could, I guess you could say, qualify for... Anyways, I'm holding the bike upright because we have a sight glass on this bike, like I said. Some do, some don't. Some of them have a dipstick, but I'm holding it upright so the oil level is level. And he can look through the sight glass and see where he needs to be at. Yeah, do you guys like our source of heat? In this cold
70-degree night.
lonely, desolate night. Yeah, that thing's been a trooper for the last couple of years.
Is this upright or not? Because my oil level keeps changing.
I'm sorry, Dad. Hold it more gooder. Never could hold.
See all that dirt in there? That's how you get STDs. That's what my sex ed teacher taught me. I was homeschooled.
Jesus. Oh, wow. Once you're in between your little fill dots down there on your sight glass, you're okay to go ahead and start your bike. Let it run for 10, 15, 20 seconds. Somewhere.
Do not hit the rev limiter, as tempting as it is.
Don't do it. Anyways, go ahead and start your bike, if it'll start. Okay, that was mid. That was mid. That wasn't too bad. So here, just let it cycle the oil through the motor for a minute, get into the oil filter, and then you'll go back and recheck your oil level because that oil filter will soak up some oil. All right, now that that's done, you can go back and recheck your oil level. Make sure the bike is as level to your eyeballs as you can get it. Now, you may let it sit for just a little bit after you shut it off because there is still some oil from the top end draining down, but we are still pretty low down here, so I'm gonna say we're all right. Go ahead and add some more oil. All right, good enough. Anyways, once you guys have successfully topped off your oil, I like to run mine about 3/4 of the way up in between these two nubs right here in your sight glass. Just personal preference.
But I'd rather have a little too much than a little not enough.
And now I'll go ahead and put my skid plate back on, throw that back on, and that will be oil change for a 2015 YZ250-F and X model. So the body styles go from 14 to 18.
WRs are the same.
Yeah.
And the oil changes are pretty much the same all the way to current.
Pretty cut and dry. If you're mechanically inclined, you know, kind of the things to look for. If you're not so mechanically inclined, that's what this video is for. But like Logan said, they're all pretty well the same across the board, but this specific one is for 14 to 18 YZ250s, 450s also, F models, FX models, and you said WR models also? Yeah, so there you go.
Mike Chrysler.